First at 4, the Missouri Supreme Court today opened the door to abortions being stopped again. Now, late this afternoon, the state's top court ruled that a district judge applied the wrong standard in rulings in December and February. Now, those rulings allowed abortions to resume in the state following the voter approval of a constitutional amendment last November. Now, in today's ruling, the court ordered the judge to vacate her earlier orders and reevaluate the case using the standards the court laid out. It also comes just weeks after Missouri lawmakers put a proposed abortion ban back before voters next year. Spring